So one of the biggest things that I've learned after doing 30 interviews on the podcast is that most of the singers that I interviewed are using a very similar strategy to push their music. And that strategy typically looks something like this. First of all, you produce your original music and then you promote it as hard as you possibly can. And hopefully one of those songs does very well or possibly becomes a hit. And when that happens, you start building a fan base, and then you start making money after that. Now, this is a typical strategy and a very common strategy used in the industry. A lot of labels use this to push their artists, and it seems that a lot of indie artists are simply copying this and applying it to their own music as well. I think this is a terrible strategy for new artists, as you're going to run into some really big problems that are difficult to overcome and will prevent you from making any impact in the industry. And in this video, I want to talk about 5 of these problems. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll share with you a much effective strategy that you can use to push your music that will help you build a very loyal fan base and help you make some money as well. Yo, how is it going? It's your boy Zabi here from tunecreators.com, and on this channel I teach singers how to make enough money from their music business that allows them to do music full time. So if this is the kind of stuff that you want to learn about, then start by hitting that subscribe button, then you won't miss any of my videos. So today I want to talk about this strategy that most singers use to push their music. And this is a very common strategy used in the industry where they push their original music, promote it, try to make it work. And I feel this strategy is responsible for the high failure rate in the industry. And I'm going to talk about 5 reasons why that's the case. Are you ready? Let's dive into it. Okay, so the first problem you're going to run into if you're using this strategy is you're going to realize that you lack brand recognition. So what I mean by that is that as a new singer, nobody knows who you are, and if nobody knows who you are, you're gonna struggle to get people to listen to your music. And if you can't get people to listen to your music, then you're gonna struggle to build any sort of following. I'll give you an example. I'm a huge fan of Eminem, and I mean huge fan of Eminem. I've been following him for years, and I love him, love his music, love everything he's all about. And anytime Eminem releases a new song or a new feature, anytime YouTube pops up a new video from Eminem, I'm the first one clicking it. There's no hesitation. Why? Because I know Eminem is good. I know I like his kind of music. I know what I'm gonna get basically. And that is something that a lot of new artists, new singers lack. They don't have that kind of brand recognition. So it doesn't matter how much work or how great that song is. People don't know who you are, they're not gonna listen to it. Now, the second problem you're gonna run into when you're using this strategy is you don't have a fan base. If you already have an existing fan base, then go ahead and use this strategy, because if you already have people that they know, like, and trust you, and they're probably anticipating and eagerly awaiting for you to drop that project. However, most singers don't have any sort of fan base at all. All you might have is a couple people following you on Instagram, or a couple of fans and friends and family encouraging you to do this music thing. So when you drop your project, only a few people get to listen to it and comment and like on it and stuff like that. And then what typically happens is that most artists then go into what I call promotion mode, where they now try to do everything they possibly can to promote the song and get more people to listen to it, which brings you back to problem number 1, lack of brand recognition. And a lot of artists spend a lot of money promoting their songs and not getting anywhere with it. And that leads me to problem number 3. You don't have the resources to make this strategy work for you. Now, a lot of labels use this strategy to push their own artists, and it works for them because they have the resources to make it work. And I'm talking about money for promotion, a team behind the artist to do the marketing, the PR, stuff like that. And they have a very mature distribution network that they could simply just put the artist through, and that network does this thing and shares the music makes the music available to fans out there. Unfortunately, most new singers do not have the same type of resources. Most new singers are operating on very limited resources, and if you have limited resources and you're using this strategy, you're very, very likely to struggle. Now, the fourth problem with this strategy is that you need a lot of luck to make it work. The only way this strategy will work for a new artist is if you get very lucky and one of your songs does really well, becomes a hit, or goes viral. However, going viral is something that is totally out of your control. and it's something that you can't really engineer. And although a lot of artists try to go viral by paying influencers like TikTok influencers to come up with a dance for them, and then hopefully that song goes viral. But think about it, if there was a formula for going viral, you'd have like a viral dance every minute of the day because of everybody will be doing it. And finally, the fifth problem with this strategy is that you're trying to do something that even the major labels fail at doing. And what I mean by that is that there are a lot of labels out there with all the resources in the world. They try to use this same strategy to push their own artists, and they fail at it sometimes. I mean, the success rate is still very low, even with this strategy and even with their resources. And if all these labels with all the resources in the world fail at making this strategy work for them, what are the odds of you, an indie artist with your very limited resources, doing well with this strategy? It's very, very low. Okay, so I've talked about 5 reasons why pushing your own music as a way to market yourself as a new singer might not be the best way to go about it. Now I want to talk about what is a much more effective way to push your music, something that is very predictable and something that can help you build a fan base and help you monetize a fan base. And that is by recording covers of popular songs. Yep, you heard right. You want to record covers of popular songs. Why? Because labels have spent so much money promoting these songs and making them hits. You know, I'm talking about millions of dollars promoting these songs. All you need to do as an artist is record your own version of that song and ride the wave, so to speak, of those millions that of the hard work of the labels, basically. And if you did that, if you simply did that, if your marketing strategy was simply covering very popular songs, pretty much creating your own versions of them, you would do so much better than trying to push your own music, because it's so much easier to get like a fan of a song to listen to your own version of that song, which is their favorite song, than to get them to listen to your own original song. They don't know who you are. Now, I'm such a huge fan of recording covers because I feel they're such a great way to market yourself as a new artist. And in my next video, I'm gonna be diving deeper into why I feel every new artist should make recording covers part of their marketing strategy. There's other ways that it can help you, and I'll be talking more about that in my next video. Now, if you want to make sure you get notified when that video comes out, there's basically 2 things you can do. 1, you can subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button, and hopefully YouTube's algorithm lets you know when it comes out. Or if you prefer, you could get on the mailing list and I'll send you an email when the video goes live. Hopefully you found this video valuable. If you did, let me know in the comments below. And you could check out my other videos by clicking up on that link up there. And I'm going to leave some links down in the bottom of this video as well, and you could check those ones out. And until I publish the next one, I'm going to leave you with this as always. If you want to do music as your full-time gig, you need to stop thinking like a singer and start thinking like an entrepreneur. See you in the next video.